Oh, bro, I really need a haircut.
Almost showtime.
Haircut.
Holy, dude, Trey Hunt threw an 11 in Asheville.
Yeah, you did that, and he lost.
What?
Poor Trey.
An 11 and lost?
To none other than that guy, yeah. So, I mean, at least he's throwing good, right? I mean, he's getting better, but he's got to do better than that.
You got to step it up, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
He's not going to cut it, all right? A loss is a loss, Trey. You need to throw a damn 12.
How dare he miss a bag once out of every 13 rounds?
Oh, well, let's get to the show.
Bro, let's get it. Hey, let's go, producer.
I'm so tired of losing, bro.
Tired of losing?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that sucks for you. Because I'm in the king seat, baby.
Oh, I'm sure there's no better way to get to the king seat than throwing a not flat back.
All right, go ahead. Make fun of it all you want, but the difference is I'm in the king seat.
I wish
You're
I was
not.
in the king seat.
Yeah? Well, you know what your problem is, huh?
No, I don't.
Don't worry. I got you. Just chug.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome into the King Seat Podcast, episode 15, AB.
I think so.
You think, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. Yep, 15, Vince Carter edition.
We're going with it. We're going with it.
Let's go. Anyway, guys, welcome into the King Seat Podcast. I am your host, Daniel D. May. This is my co-host and alcoholic friend, Brian B. Betancourt.
It is what it is, baby. This is actually a monster.
Oh, you threw me off. Okay. Never mind. I thought you were... You got me, boys.
The beer's coming. But we're starting with a monster, give that little energy flowing. But
I saw him chugging it. I thought for sure that's what I should have known.
New year, new B. No, not really. So, Happy New Year to everybody. I know it's been a couple weeks since we've seen y'all. This is a great episode, right, D-May? Of course, we got our buddies, our Southwest Conference buddies, the Texas Goats coming up.
It is going to be action-packed. Action-packed. You guys, you definitely want to hear what they have to say. They talk about their chemistry and how they continue to dominate the doubles.
Yeah. How that how you see people switch partners all the time. Well, these two have stuck together, man, and you could see just in listening to this interview how they feed off each other. And not to mention we play a game, right? And they're very competitive, so we tried to stump them and let's just say, I don't know.
Might have worked.
Yeah,
might have worked. So. Only one way to find out, right? I guess.
That's right.
So definitely stay tuned for that. We are going to recap the college championship.
Yeah.
We're gonna recap that as well as the Asheville Open.
Yeah, the Asheville Open from this past weekend. So I mean, that was another great one. It sucks, I went to 2 out of 4 Opens so far, but now with the last 2, now I missed this one. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, damn, I wish I was there. But I mean, it looked like a lot of fun. A nice venue as well. So we'll be happy to recap that.
That's awesome. And we do have some awesome clips of the week, right, B?
Clips of the week, and we might have a little update to that too, right?
We do. Stay tuned. Big surprise.
Little something changing there.
So. Little something, but a big surprise. You guys are going to see. It's awesome. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm just liking the word awesome today. I don't know if that's normal, but.
I mean, I feel like you could broaden your vocabulary and come up with something better than awesome.
I feel like awesome's just the word I'm going with right now. I don't know what it is.
Another news. Got about one more sip.
Maybe if a monster would change my, would expand my vocabulary a little bit.
All right.
Anyway, so yeah, guys, action-packed episode. Stay tuned, and we're going to go ahead and jump into some recaps, right?
Yeah, baby, let's highlight them.
All right, let's go to a zoomed-out view, B. Mm-hmm. And then we'll start things off with the champ himself, collegiate edition.
That's right, our boy, huh? Kobe Costanza, man, he took that one down, and I mean, props to him. I know he's been not on the big stage, but I know last year, he was at a couple big tournaments and didn't do as good as he wanted. This year, everything was focused on him, right? You listen to him, around the ACL before, to Trey, Ryder, Anthony Ione, and Meach, they do a great job. You listen to all the other podcasts as well, and you have to, and they say Kobe was the favorite by far, right? Kobe's a favorite. We'd be shocked if Kobe didn't win it. So he had a lot of weight on his shoulders, and he got the job done. He played incredible. I mean, he had a couple close run-ins, but this dude just played great the whole day without losing a game.
He did, B. He did. And, I mean, of course, like you said, there was a lot of pressure on him. If he wins it, everybody expected that anyway. If he didn't win it, then, everybody's like, can't believe it. So I feel like all he had to do, it was kind of rough for him, man. I couldn't imagine that type of pressure. But my man came through. It's a hometown boy, so of course, he's one of my favorites. Love him. Awesome, Kobe. Great shooting. Insane flopping. And just overall, guys, for those of you that don't know him, outside the game, it's a great kid. I mean, this kid is, he gets a bad blind draw partner. He does not care. He's carrying him to third place.
I mean, he's all right.
Attitude, fantastic. No, dude.
I'm not going to call him awesome. I mean, I'm not now. Yeah, D-May's just like hyping him up and all because he tells D-May he's his favorite. That's why.
Yep, that's exactly
So that's why I say he's all right. But he's
a
damn good cornhole player, but he's just all right until I become his favorite. So let's move on to the next schools. Kobe was representing Delgado, of course, in this one. So, we had a couple other events going on in college as well.
We did. Sorry, I'm just letting him sit there for another second because I'm his favorite.
Well,
I just thought we'd leave him on there a little bit longer, B.
Yeah.
Anyway, we do have
the teams, right? Texas A&M took it down, and a little props to them. They're from the same conference as us as well, right? Southwest Conference in Texas. So it was fun to see the little teams battle go on, and maybe that's just a little preview of what we're going to see this upcoming ACL season with them doing the teams for the pro events, right? So that was fun, and it seems like this college championship is just getting bigger and bigger. You get more players, and these kids, you can see the talent just getting up there. So they made it through the gauntlet, and they won that teams event on Sunday. So that was the last event. So they were probably tired by the end of the week.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Some of these kids, college, high school, whatever. I mean, they tend to be able to throw cornhole bags for hours and hours. Yeah. I can't do it, but
nah, me neither.
They seem to be. Nor
do I want to. So, but, wow.
I don't know. Anyway, so next up we have the doubles.
Yeah, the doubles champs here, Nick Moore and Taylor Cathy, and they were representing University of Tennessee, throwing those contraband bags all weekend as well. You had team contraband. This event was going on at the same time as the USA Cornhole event was going on, so you had people from contraband who were there for that. But when they were playing, the whole contraband team was sitting there rooting them on because they were throwing those cutthroats. So congrats to these guys as well. And Nick Moore, very well known. He actually just had a real good showing too this past weekend in Asheville. So congrats to them.
Awesome, guys. Awesome. And did you say Asheville?
Yeah. Speaking of Asheville, right?
I'm just debating if you want me to show you the champion for singles or the women's champion first.
Yeah.
Because you just let me know, okay?
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this girl anymore, right? With the women's champion and the singles champion, right? And the great thing about the singles championship, I mean, she made history, right? Being the first woman to win that open singles champion like that. But she lost the game early on in the bracket, and she ran back through and made it. She had to double dip Jake Gore to make it to that Final Four single elimination. And then in the single elimination, the championship, she's playing Matt Guy, and she's down, I believe, 14-4. And she just maintains her composure, just in the hole. And eventually she pulls out the victory. So, I mean, it was an awesome game to watch, and you just see how she didn't just waver any kind of way. She didn't get down. She just stuck with her game, and it shows, man. This girl, Cheyenne, she's incredible.
In and out. Incredible. She's always there.
Always.
I mean, she's always there.
In the event, she's towards the top, right? So...
she is, and I was one game away from playing her, in Cincinnati. That's all I'm saying.
Good thing you probably got embarrassed.
Yeah, I would have. It would have been a 21-0 real quick. Yeah. Anyway, congratulations to Cheyenne for winning both the women's and the entire open singles. Congratulations. Yeah. We do want to also highlight the doubles champions. I heard you mention one of them earlier, B.
Yeah, the doubles champions, right? You got Trey Burchfield and Jake Gore. And it's something about Trey Burchfield, man. He likes playing this cornhole game with kids, right? It opens. He won with Alex Hicks last year. This year he wins with Jake Gore. They were throwing I believe the Surefires, and they just it was you kind of saw like a different vibe, right, with Jake Gore. Playing with Trey versus playing with Jack, his brother. How they get loud, they kind of feed off each other, yelling, talking stuff. A little bit of trash here and there. But he was quiet, calm, and composed for the most part, man. And they got it done, man. And it's awesome to see Trey get the win as well. We know what he's capable, but it's also awesome for Jake to get the win. And it's like I said about Jake earlier, right? He was in the king seat of his bracket the next day in singles, so he was just throwing good all weekend, right? So, and he did end up getting double dip, unfortunately. But that just goes to show you, like, anybody can play and anybody can win, right? But he was sitting there for a while. Maybe he got cold, and of course, I mean, you can't feel too bad about it because now you can say you lost to the overall champ Cheyenne, who was just hot. But he's throwing great right now.
No, yeah, we love the Gores and Jake especially. I mean, I've seen one I watch a lot of them on Facebook, whenever they're going live and stuff. And I saw the one where he pulled out the headband, B.
That's right.
Big supporters of the podcast.
Yeah,
we love
dude,
them. They're awesome.
They whole fan, they support it. So
they're hilarious.
It's always great to see them. Except last time I did see them was in Virginia, right? And me and Ricky I think we were 4-1 in rounders. And Jay comes up to me, come on, King C, come get whooped. And we had to play him our last game of rounders, and him and Jack just beat us bad. But it's fun, man. It's always good to see them. So congratulations to Trey and Jake Gore on that win.
All right, and after this, B, I think I just want to go ahead and get to some clips in the week. All this talk about people winning and doing really well, I want to see some
Let's see some shots, right? Let's get to it.
All right, guys, we'll be right back. Give us 1 sec.
Yep.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Welcome into the throne, AB.
That's right, baby. Clips of the week, and as you can see, this is brought to you by Black Sheep Baggers, baby. We got a little upgrade, We appreciate the support. Black Sheep Baggers, sponsoring Clips of the Week for a discount, 10% discount. King Seat, all one word. You can get a 10% discount on their website. Black Sheep Baggers. We appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. And I think it looks pretty good in here, B.
It looks
I think it's
pretty
quite
sweet.
the upgrade, eh?
That's it. It does look sweet. And let's just get into some clips, D, man. Get right to it.
All right, guys. We're going to start things off.
Ooh.
Now, this is a Tony Smith clip, right, B?
Yeah, this is Tony Smith. He was in, obviously he's in, I believe they're in Massachusetts, somewhere up north. He's actually throwing against Noah and Noah's partner. And then Tony Smith just doing what he does. What a nasty bar of soap, bro.
Whoa, okay, so he hits the airmail first.
Yep.
Then it looks like Noah cuts left.
No, Noah's on the other side. Noah's not throwing against him.
Gotcha,
That's Noah's partner.
So somebody missed left.
Mm-hmm.
And then
here comes Tony with this sick shot.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Bro, that's a serious bar of soap.
That is disgusting. So, I wonder in situations like this, I feel like, what's your best case, worst case scenario? Obviously your best case is bar of soap, but I guess worst case, do you just take everything in? Is that what you think went through his
the worst
head?
case, you can see how that bag's sitting on top. The worst case, you just push it and the other bag goes in and the other two just sit there,
I guess I just don't think to try that.
You hit them both in and you go off the back of the board. But the best case, we just saw it, right? And obviously he's talented, has no no nerves, right? He doesn't care. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, all right, B. Well, I'm not talented, but I feel like I wouldn't even have tried that shot.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't either.
I would have been like, all right, I guess I'll just airmail again.
Yeah.
That's the best I got. Anyway, great shot, Tony. Great shot. Let's see what's up next, AB.
Yeah. This is from Myrtle Beach last weekend. The USA Cornhole and Eric Davis. And we say this all the time, right? He's got every shot in the book. Every shot in the book. So he's talking to Brett, like, what should I do? Can I go around this? And so Brett guys pretty much just tell him, do whatever you want. And he goes around. This shot is sick.
I thought maybe like a short airmail. It looked like he left to right.
Maybe a short
pushed
airmail
it?
to try and drag it. No, not for Eric Davis, bro. He's going to go that left to right and leave that other bag there and push it in.
Wait, I got to see this again. I know it's kind of hard to see, but wow.
That is just...
So it was almost a short airmail. And if you see, he's actually right-handed. So that makes the left to right so much more impressive. And you can even see him point with the left hand exactly what he wants to do. You see the bag coming in with that left to right tilt, and that was nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, and when your Brett guy throwing with Eric Davis, he has every shot in the book, and he wants to go for it. So it's kind of like, this is what you need to do to make it happen here. Just make it happen however you can, because we know you can. So, great shot.
That was nasty. That was really nasty by Eric Davis, and honestly, it must be nice to be Brett guy to just be like, hey, man, I have every single option I can call for here, right? Like,
yeah, it's the same thing for Eric Davis, right? You feel like you can go for shots like that because you got Brett guy on the other side of the boards to pick you up if something doesn't go right. So,
wish I had me a partner like that, B.
Yeah, well, it's tough for you.
I'm always stuck teaming with this B guy over here and stuff, and it's...
Well, you're begging the team with me.
All you have is that last shot, Brett. Eric Davis just did the left to right shot.
Whatever.
That's all you got. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and see what's next. I'm interested.
This is from Crown City Regional right here, and this is Brevin Valdivia, I believe. And he's throwing against his partner, Tyler Parent. They're playing against each other. I think this was for a championship. And he hits this nasty drag or push without taking that other bag, right? Goes up and over. Beautiful shot by Brevin.
Wow.
And shout out to Crown City. You know, we'll be out there next month. Can't wait
for that one.
Can't wait.
That's going to be a blast, guys.
Can't wait. So
That's going to be a blast.
But awesome shot by Brevin.
Solid push for sure. I always struggle on those pushes, especially when it's a V like that, dude. I always kick.
Yeah, you struggle in general.
I'm cursed with the kick, y'all. I hate to say it, but I am. I'm always kicking left and right. Let's see what else we got for the clips of the week here.
Yeah, and this here, you know, none other than Jay Rubin, bro. I mean, he's made it on this show all the time. You know, all the shots he does, and he always finds a way to do something different. And he hits a 4-bagger, throwing through the chair.
Wow. All right, B, so hold on. A couple things I want to point out here. All right, and I'm sure everybody at home's thinking the same thing. First off, is he at a nightclub?
I don't know
That's the vibes I'm getting, okay?
It might be, you know, like one of those bowling alleys where they do like starlight bowling or something. And they got all the glow lights on or the black lights. But I don't know where he's at and how he can even barely see the board. But he's going through the chair.
I mean, that's just kind of, you know, we have a blind draw weekly that a lot of people complain about the lights at one of our league of records. And
no, but
I feel like this is a whole different game. If I lose it here, I definitely got to... I'll blame it on something, even though, honestly, I feel like you can actually see pretty well. But the other thing I want to point out, B, is you got to be really flat. I mean, you got to throw a flat bag to make it through this chair,
Very
right?
flat, yeah.
It doesn't look like he has much room to squeeze through there.
No, he plays it perfect. And I don't know how many times it took him to do this, but the fact that he did it in general just makes it great.
Yeah, that was the third thing I was going to point out. Who thinks of this?
Right. Well, he's always thinking of doing something different. Like, you know, I hit 40 mLs in a row the other day, so now I'm bored. Let me try to do something else, you know. Made 80 bags in a row, something. So let me try and do something else. And he's always just switching it up. And if you want to learn how to throw a flat bag, throwing through a chair like that is definitely going to help your throw, right?
No, I agree with that for sure. And I definitely do tune into all those. Shout out to Jay Rubin for those. I love watching his 80 in a row. And it kind of inspires me that, like, hey, if somebody can do this,
yeah, maybe
if you can throw 80 in a row,
right?
Maybe I can throw 15, 16 in a row. So, yeah, shout out to him for that.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. And B, if honestly, I think it's about time we move on to. We got a nice little spotlight.
Yeah, spotlight player, man. This guy, we're excited to introduce him, I guess, and just show y'all what he's doing. So we'll be right back.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. As promised, B, we got a spotlight player of the week, right? We got somebody we want to highlight.
Yeah, we do have a spotlight player. You know, as you always say, D-May, somebody who's not an ACL pro, trying to grow the sport, doing great things outside the community, involving cornhole. We want to know about him, right?
We do, guys. And this could be anything between somebody playing, somebody growing as a player, somebody doing charity events, somebody just going above and beyond and doing things that are really cool. Yeah. You know, if you have somebody you'd like to nominate, guys, please send it into the King Seat Podcast on Facebook, and we'll see about getting them on the show, right, B?
That's right.
All right, but yeah. So let's nominate the one we have now, right? We're going to go ahead and get us a drum roll, please, producer.
Yep. Well, is that me? How'd that sound?
B, please give us another drum roll, please. All right, let's see who we got here, guys.
Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Will White, man. Will White, this guy here. If you don't know about Will, he's out of Denham Springs. It's a guy which is about an hour and a half from us. Still kind of new to the game of cornhole, right? But he's doing great things for the game of cornhole. He has his own facility, you know, that he started mostly around pool tables, but now he's had a whole setup just for cornhole. And as you can see there, this is at his venue, and I think we have a video, right?
Yeah, we can show a video of the venue.
And then this is, look, you can see here, right? All ACL boards. He has 5 ACL boards, and spending some time with him. I was over there this past weekend talking to him about it, man. He doesn't serve any alcohol in there. He allows kids to come and play just like for a fee. You could sit there and play for however many hours you want. And I asked him, D-May, you know, like, are you ever going to serve alcohol, get a bar card or something like that? He said, no, I don't want to because my focus is on the kids, the younger generation. I see how much the sport of cornhole is growing. And, you know, this kind of helps take them off the streets. If I get a bar card, set up a bar, and then it kind of turns into a bar, right? Then you have to limit it. They have to be a certain age. But he loves the game of cornhole. You can see those boards he has set up on the wall as well. And that was another thing he said. I see cornhole on the ESPN. I see all these ACL boards, and people say, man, you can get boards made, you know, probably for cheaper and have your logo on there. No, he wants it to be ACL boards, just like the ones he knows people are going to play at these big events. And, I mean, he's doing great things. He gets 40, 50 people. I think they do like 2 or 3 nights a week out there playing. The boards are always set up, which is kind of like a cornhole player's dream, right? To be able to come in there and throw at any time, you know, knowing the boards are going to be set up. A lot of places now, they have to move stuff out the way, set up cornhole boards. this is their not 24/7, but 7 days a week when they're open. So this guy Will White's trying to grow the sport, man. He sees how big it's going to be. He sees how beneficial it is for the kids, and that's why he's our Spotlight Player of the Week. So make sure you go check out the Billiard Brothers on Facebook.
And where is this located at, B?
In Denham Springs, right next to a Taco Bell.
Louisiana, that's what I'm talking
Denham
about,
Springs,
boys.
Louisiana. So if you're ever around, you want to just go through, like I said, those boards are always set up. And so go check out the Billiard Brothers on Facebook. So
B, I'm not gonna lie, this might be the closest thing we have to an ACL headquarters.
that's what I'm saying, right? This is our own thing, right? It is similar to the ACL headquarters, just not a bar, but you could just walk up and play, right? And whenever you're not playing, you can shoot pool, play ping pong, play a little basketball game or whatever arcade games they have. So
Definitely,
it's awesome.
It reminds me of it, the way they have the TVs and the cornhole boards just sitting on the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely the closest thing I think we have in Louisiana to an ACL headquarters. So this is awesome.
I think some people probably locally will see this and try and replicate this eventually because, like I said, this venue is great, man. And the people are great, the workers are great, and it was just fun this past weekend. We were there for a big charity event, and everything was great. So shout out to you, Will, and the Billiard Brothers.
All right, man. Keep doing great things. And, guys, we're going to be right back. We got a nice interview coming up with Josh Groce and AJ Sims. So just hang tight. We'll be back.
All right.
It's a great time to throw, right, B? Some
That's
awesome
right,
clips
yeah.
of the week.
Yeah,
Great
clips
spotlight
of the week,
player.
a nice spotlight player. As you always say, D-May, make sure you submit to us those clips of the week. People seem to love that segment, probably because they don't listen to us as much and they just like to see the clips, right? So any cool clips, whether it's trick shots, awesome shots, game winners, whatever it is, make sure you get those submitted to us. And then as we said before, same thing with the spotlight player. Anybody doing something outside of their community, trying to grow the sport or something good, just in the cornhole world, send that to us and we'll get them on.
Awesome. Yeah, we do, guys. So, send it in. Anywhere in the country, we'd like to see.
What about out of the country?
We'd like to see out of the country, too. Apparently, cornhole's getting big in other countries.
Yeah, bro, man.
From what I've been hearing.
Big. Australia, I know they got something going on in Japan or China.
They had it in St. Lucia on my honeymoon, that's all I'm saying.
I saw, it is China or Japan, one of those, somewhere in Asia, right? So I saw somebody made a post, and I forget exactly who it was.
It was Japan, and they were like, we're screwed.
They saw guys from Japan were playing, they're like, oh, great, we're screwed in a few years. We're done. Like, Japan's going to figure this out, and they're going to
work
dominate.
ethic, man. They got work ethic.
They're going to dominate, so whatever. Also, I was thinking, maybe like a little segment about random facts, You're the one that always comes up with these dumb, I guess they're not dumb, but they're...
What kind of random facts
I don't know, bro. I just think of these road trips, where you always bring up some crazy things, so...
Okay, so apparently, squirrels
Yes, I know. Squirrels.
They can't die from falling. I know it sounds crazy.
Yeah,
Hear me out. Hear me out on this.
I've ever heard.
No, hear me out on this. So a human, when you fall, let's say you fall from the top of like the Eiffel Tower, right? As you're falling, with gravity pushing you down, you're shredding through the air. I think the maximum speed you can get up to is like 125 miles per hour in your fall, right? So when you hit the ground, you're dead.
Okay.
Well, a squirrel, because their weight is, I think, a couple pounds, 1.5 pounds, 3.5 pounds. So when the gravity's pushing down on them, their terminal velocity is so low that they can only get up to like 20 or 23 miles per hour when they fall, no matter how high they fall from.
So they don't die?
They can never, well, I don't want to say never, because obviously if you land at the right thing, I mean, my puppy, fell from a very short distance and had an injury, but you're not so, a squirrel, when they fall, they're so aerodynamic that their terminal velocity is so low that they're not falling very fast, regardless of how far they fall from.
All right, well, I'll fact check you. I will look it up, but also I will say, whoever's watching, and maybe you have a sugar glider. Well, a sugar glider is different because they have those little things in between. But just a squirrel in general, if you happen to have a pet squirrel or something, let's just not try it out, right? Don't try this out. Just take his word for it or don't do it. But I don't know.
Definitely don't try it out. But I think their tail might even act as some sort of a parachute.
Maybe
I don't know, guys. Like I said, I'm not an animal expert here. I just happen to read a lot of things and recall it, and I'm pretty sure that's.
And I'm regretting bringing up this random fact thing. So this might be a one-time only thing. So I don't know. Let's get to the interview, please.
All right, guys. Let's see. We got ACL Pro AJ Sims and ACL Pro Josh Groce.
Let's get to
that interview. Two of the Texas Goats coming up. We'll be right back. We are here with ACL Pro AJ Sims and Josh Groce, two of the Texas Goats, AB?
That's right, man. It's obviously we had a good. I mean, the pleasure of knowing these guys for a couple of years. Just as you said, they're the Texas Goats, man. We're glad to have them on. Appreciate you guys taking the time And, I mean, let's get right into it, D-Man.
We do, man. We've been wanting to get y'all on for a long time, guys. It's a pleasure to have you two here. How does it feel to be in the king seat?
Hey, feels good, man. Thanks for having us, fellas.
Feels right at home, right? I'm sure y'all are in the king seat quite a bit. I seen their doubles, B. Let me tell you something. This is quite the doubles team right here. Again, guys, congrats on winning doubles at the Southwest Conference. I mean, how did you feel that weekend went for you two overall?
Man, appreciate it, man. I think it went pretty good. Singles didn't go as well as we wanted to, man. But with this being the most stacked field our conference has ever seen, man, I'm impressed with how we're able to play in doubles, man. There's probably 10, 15 teams in that building that could win a bracket in the national. So just to be able to win that conference, man, it's one of the toughest tournaments we played in.
Yeah, no doubt. That's facts, man. We was trying to save the weekend. Random draw didn't quite go anyone's way. Singles was, doubles, man. Had to save it all. Glad to get out there with a win, so felt really good.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you guys did great. Honestly, we left a little early that night to get home, but we were watching it the whole time. We know you guys beat a couple of guys we're familiar with, Mark Ford and
Trey Vincent.
And Trey Vincent, yeah, they came out of nowhere, surprising to us too. But it was awesome to see them on the big stage. I think that was a couple of their first conference tournaments too, to see them do well, and I have the pleasure of playing y'all. I mean, they obviously it sucks they lost to y'all, obviously, but they beat y'all to begin with. But they haven't stopped talking about how much fun they had playing against y'all. So.
No, they were solid, man. Underdogs the whole tournament, and a lot of people was surprised they were there, but you don't get lucky and get that far in a bracket without throwing some fire. So they were hot all day, really. I played Mark Ford in singles, so I already knew he was bringing it. So for me, it was no surprise. Like I know some other people was surprised, but I saw what he did in singles, and I knew the dude could stroke. He was on one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. And they beat some top pro teams, man, to get there. So just like I said, hats off to those guys, man. I don't think Mark Ford missed too many bags. And even though we double dipped, man, like he was fired, man. And
he led the bracket in PPR. So I mean,
hey, smoke. So hey, salute to those guys, man. They're coming. They're up and coming team. Everybody, hey, people better watch out for them, man. That's all I'm gonna say. It definitely wasn't easy for sure.
That kind of leads me into my next question, right? I mean, we know we're from the Southwest Conference, right here in Louisiana. We've seen the level of competition just constantly get better. I mean, we feel like the Southwest Conference gets overlooked a lot. I mean, but what do you feel like about the level of competition in the Southwest Conference? I know just this year, it's just miles above where it has been, right?
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, like, I'll put it to you lightly. This tournament featured two recent national open doubles champions with Peyton Mayers, Kobe Costanza, Raul Chavez, Jaime Sanchez. Then you have two top 10 in the country teams last season with us, Eddie and KB. And then on top of that, you have arguably the rookie of the year doubles team, in my opinion, with Preet Killer and Foreman. You got a slew of other shooters involved. Ricky and Dylan, you can never sleep on those guys. And then you got some guys we don't see a whole lot with Grant, BG, that can also stroke. John White, Angel Cruz. We got some underrated shooters. And they still sleeping, even though we have some obvious national accolades. People still do that, but hey, man, every year we get stronger, and every year these conferences are harder to win. So I take good pride. I take a lot more pride each one we're able to win. So
absolutely, and it's even hard to even start mentioning people, because the moment you start mentioning people, you're gonna forget somebody like Caleb Franklin, Ernest Monarca,
exactly,
Ernest Herrera, Bobby Fink, Todd Bridgman,
Deborah Odom.
Yeah.
It's
endless. Like, hey, so like I said, years ago. Hey, years ago, like just saying, Isabella, which y'all sponsor, she's a fire player. But years ago, man, we would come to our conference and be like, you know what, conference is pretty much a warm up for nationals.
It was guaranteed.
Man, this conference was the hardest tournament I've ever played in this area.
Yeah,
like absolutely, hands down. And the skill level there, like I said, it was extremely hard to win, man. So shout out to our conference, man, stepping up, and I'll take our conference up against any other conference in the world. And I say that, I believe it when I say it. Like, not that we will absolutely dominate, but we will compete with every other conference in the ACO.
Yeah, we're not top heavy like we used to be. We're heavy. So I'm a lot more confident in this conference than I've ever been in the past. So.
No, I'd agree. Our conference has definitely gotten better, but you two always seem to be at the top, man. I mean, I don't know what it is with you two in doubles. I know y'all both talented. Don't get me wrong. But there's something about when y'all are playing together, and I played y'all a year ago at Dallas, and that's really when I got to experience it. When you play in Josh Groce and AJ Sims, and even when one of them has a bad round, the other one will score, and then he's like, "Let's go, that's 2 points right there, boy." And then it's like, dude, you get like so.
That sounded like me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was playing against you, and then you start to think in your head, like, dude, he's getting 2 points every turn, and he sounds so confident. And I feel like the way y'all feed off each other, it's great. I mean, it really is. It's top tier for sure.
I'll say this about that. Like I said, a lot of people have talent, right? But people don't realize, man, chemistry is actually what gets it done. You can't come to a tournament just talking to your person that day right before the tournament. Hey, let's throw. You got to, because you play long enough, your partner will go in a funk, you'll go in a funk. So I got to be able to know what it takes to check him out of his funk. He got to do the same thing for me. I think that chemistry is what keeps us late in those tournaments, that when most people give up because they don't have identity, we have an identity. We already know our identity. So if there's a struggle, we've already been there before. If there's success, we know how to maintain that success, and we work still every single day at this point. So it's like, man, we respect the game and where it's at. We will not take the game for granted, and we continue to put in the work. And I think that's why you always see us somewhere in the running, because that's what we train for all through the week. We don't just start on the Friday before the tournament. This is an everyday thing for us.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you both seem so analytical. I mean, Josh, I talked to you in Arkansas about bags and the feeling of, you're talking about the different way of the threads and the resin and how how the bag's going to play based off that. Then I've seen you two beat us. I think they beat me and Ordone. And after y'all beat us, y'all reset up the bags on the board to talk about the game-winning shot and what y'all could have done better. And what? I mean, that's insane, man. And I think that's why y'all stay on top, is because, y'all seem to really enjoy it, and y'all seem so into it, and y'all always are looking to improve. And I think that's a great mindset.
Yeah, man, you got to stay hungry. And, our ability to adapt, is second to none, in my opinion. The first game of the day, I was arguably the worst player in the building in doubles. I don't know what was going on, but I was very uncomfortable. Probably threw like a 7, maybe something. It was bad, though, like multiple shanks. And I pretty much went up to him and was like, hey, if I do any less than a 9-0 PPR, I'm going to give you $20. And then I just kept raising my own bet against myself. So I'm betting against myself to force myself to improve, because I said, I'm throwing so bad, someone needs to pay you to play with me right now. So I mean, I've never done that, but cash bets against myself for performance incentives, it actually works. So I'll be using that in the future. But it's stuff like that, man. You got to adapt. Your A game's not always going to be there, so you got to find a way to find it.
Nice, yeah. So, and I noticed this year, last year you guys were throwing BGs. This year you guys are throwing TC boards, the TC monsters. Now, so what do you like most about the company and the bags itself, right? Because I know Vanessa throws monsters as well. She let me throw them a little bit in Cincinnati. But so what do you like about the bags?
So, man, these bags are extremely hole friendly. I'm going to hold on up. Hey, these bags are extremely hole friendly. And we kind of help design these bags based off how we throw. And, man, there's a beauty in how the material feels and how it falls in the hole. Nothing against the bags we threw, last year. Respect to those guys. Like I said, great guys, great company, great bags. But this year, man, we feel like we have a bag that speaks to us, that speaks to our game, speaks to both of our style, that's going to take us longer through tournaments. That's what people don't factor in. If you play cornhole long enough, the boards will start one way and they'll finish a completely different way. Right. And a lot of times when these teams lose, it's because, man, what's happening? My shot's kicking, my shot's flipping, my shot's stopping. Well, if you don't have a bag that can play through every single thing, your adjustments will be a lot more difficult. And that's for us. We choose a bag that we know what it's going to do when it's fast. We know what it's going to do when it's slow. We know what it's going to do when it's sticky and humid. Like, we know what it's going to do because we put the work in, and we know how to adjust a lot easier. And I feel like I said, man, these bags, second to none, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's built off a smaller template at a 575. If you think you've tried all the herringbone bags, I would challenge you to try the TC Monster, because it's actually quite a bit different than the herringbone on the market. I've seen a few examples like it, but nothing plays quite like these things. And kind of like he said, I mean, it gives you all the fast bag benefits, but then you still have the slow bag properties like the ability to cut, flop, and roll. So, and that's really, the bag is really taking us to another level with this company. There's some great options at TC, but this one is different. So
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I mean, you guys have had major success in seasons past. We're about a month and a half out from our first national. What kind of goals are you guys setting with these new TC bags?
I mean, if we don't win a national title this year at a pro level tournament, we failed. That's my personal opinion. I normally try to keep it simple on my goals, but to be honest, it's our time. You know, we've been right there a couple times where we're basically in a bracket finals over and over, haven't gotten it done. This is the most comfortable I've been in several years. So I think we're playing at the highest level that we've played at in a while. And I think that conference championship and some of the other things will prove that, because, you know, it's harder than ever to win. And like you said, we still staying on top. So this season, national title or bust.
So
I had to piggyback off that.
Are we talking just
No,
doubles, or are we talking singles too, Josh?
I'm talking both, but man, if you know
Oh,
me
man.
personally, doubles has always meant the world to me. And I'm saying that even when I was the #2 player in the country in 2019, doubles meant everything to me, and it always will, and it always has. Something about that connection, like being able to pull it off as a team, it means more to me in doubles than it does in singles, and it always has, man. It's nothing new. Even when I was, you know, probably a better singles player than a doubles player, it still meant more to me to win the doubles title. So, and I've said that my whole career. I'll always say that. So, my focus is on doubles, but the singles will follow with that goal.
Yep. Basically what he said, like, not to discount singles at all, as if it's not important, but it's something about, like I said, looking across 27 feet at a person that, you know, hey, needs you to come through. That basically the way I look at it is, this guy got out of bed, he got on a flight, and he decided he's going to come all the way down here and trust me. So I can't let him down. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what it is. Like, I'm absolutely not going to let this guy down. And that's why something about doubles that makes us dig deep. Because at that point, like, even you played long enough, you're tired, you're thinking about your kids, you're thinking about being at home with your wife, you're thinking about work, how to struggle this week. You know what? But when that guy is dependent on me, I could block that out a lot easier whenever it's for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what people don't understand, that, like, we go to a deeper place when it's doubles. Sometimes we can find that in singles too, you know, but it's a little extra motivation whenever somebody down there is dependent on you to come through. It makes you work harder. And that's why I think the entire last year, a lot of people don't even know, there is not a bracket that we were out of the top 5 in any national last year. We were top 5 in every single national. I think we was second in bracket, 1/3 in bracket, 3/5.
Yeah.
So
So
there was,
then-
yeah, and it's a quiet under the radar season because we didn't win any brackets. We were double dipped, you know, a couple of times, like on ESPN, made ESPN multiple times. But when it comes to doubles, man, we do believe that we are one of the better teams in the country. And the record, you know, it speaks for itself. And winning that conference, that y'all were there, y'all saw the teams and the talents and the PPRs that was thrown, and for us to come out on top, man, you got to be decent to be able to do that. And I feel like we're better now than we've ever been. So I'm excited about, you know, this year.
Makes sense. I mean, I've seen you guys throw, and we obviously know what you all are capable of, right? And when you're feeding off each other, I don't think there's a team better than the chemistry that you guys have. You know, as long as y'all been playing together, as much as y'all feed off each other, as much as y'all do things together, just in general, right? I just saw, I think, like, just the Texas brand itself. Everybody in Texas just feed off each other, right? And I feel the same way in doubles, and maybe on a lower scale, right? We just went to the Virginia Open. I played with, he's a new pro this season, Ricky Canton. I'm not a pro, but I was like, he's coming to Virginia, he's playing with me, man. We want to make tier 1. I want to feed off of him at times and just not let him down. And I think that's what it comes to when you doubles. When you play with somebody, I have a partner I typically play with, you don't want to let them down because they're giving up their Saturday, their Sunday, or their whole weekend to partner with you. The last thing you want to do is let them down or go 0-2 and just be sitting there, you know? So
Yeah.
doubles is key, right? And that, like you said, just keep running to singles. So
I know all about letting Ricky Canton down. He's a shooter, boy. He's a shooter, and I let him down one too many times.
And that's another person we didn't mention. That's a beast, man. Oh, Ricky. Ricky putting in work, and Ricky's serious, man. I like lining up against Ricky, man. He takes it real serious. He has respect for the game, man.
Yeah, that guy there. He plays during. I don't know. I hope his work is a watch, but during his lunch break every day, he'll throw for at least an hour. You saw how much his game has progressed over the past year, and he's there. We'll see him again tonight. We played him all the time, and I think he's got a lot of expectations for himself this season as well. So.
Yeah, he's solid, man, no doubt.
Sorry, y'all. I think the podcast puppy's going a little loud. I'm sure it's getting picked up on the mic. She's playing cornhole.
Hey, can you turn his mic up a little bit?
Yeah.
Mine?
Mine?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Brian's, yeah.
Look way better than you. Doesn't matter how you do it.
Whatever he says. All right, guys, we're back. We had some technical issues.
Yeah, Daniel tried to sabotage me, but whatever. It's fine. I'm used to it by now.
I've been waiting all year, boys, to sabotage his mic, and I said, since we're interviewing the two of the Texas goats here, this is the time to sabotage his mic. I can't talk.
Exactly. So, anyway, I mean, kind of like I was trying to say, I started playing a couple years ago, and I remember my first conference I went to was at Stuttgart, and I was excited. Yeah. I mean, this was back when like Ricky, he was playing competitive, and so was Raul and Jaime. But we knew who y'all were, and I was like, man, this is awesome. I get to see Josh and AJ play in person, right? And we did, and it was awesome. And it's like, yeah, I'm glad I'm not playing advanced. I can't play with these guys. But I mean, so I actually like to say, I mean, how does it feel, when people refer to y'all as the Texas Goats? How does it make y'all feel?
Oh man, it's an honor to even, get a word like that to describe yourself or your game. We put a lot of work in the state and the conference level to try to acquire that title. So I mean, I treat it with a lot of pride. Try to uphold it. A lot of people don't realize though that we take the term GOAT, meaning on court and off court. I think there's a lot of GOAT-like activities that players can do off the court that translate, to that type of term as well. So putting in time with new players, trying to build them up. You mentioned Ricky G being a competitive player. A lot of people may not know, and he'll tell you, we put a lot of work in with guys like him, Raul Chavez, Jaime Sanchez, working with the Cerna boys down at Houston, JB Bergeron, Jordan Vasquez. Man, the list is endless. If you're a player and trying to work on your game, man, send us a PM. So, but to have that title attached to the name is pretty cool, man. And I definitely take a lot of pride in that. So.
Yeah, I will say another player that they've worked with, former competitive player turned stud. Okay, the Daniel May himself got some lessons from AJ Sims at the Southwest Conference.
Bro, I remember that. You came back. This is when you went to San Antonio.
Yep.
And you came back and you're like, bro, I threw at AJ for like 30, 40 minutes, and he's sitting there flopping Vipers. If he can flop Vipers, I should be able to flop any back. That was like his big thing. And
I can't flop Vikings. He's over here flopping Vipers. I'm
right.
Like, bro, it was ridiculous. And AJ, that's when I found out AJ has an airmail. I was one of the people. I even made a post. I think you saw it, AJ, when I said everybody sleeps on his airmail. I was one of those guys. I was everyone. I slept on his airmail, and I watched this dude hit like 10 or 12 in a row, and I was like, "Is this rare?" And he's like, "I don't know. I've been throwing a lot of airmails lately, so this is just kind of just me throwing airmails." I was like, "What?" That's insane.
Hey, believe it or not, man, the fact that you say that, I would agree with probably a majority of the cornhole players that don't play me would say that same thing. But when you play me, you're like, nah, that airmail is tough. I will say I did do myself a disservice by trying to flop so much. Flopping just was so cool, man. Like the first time I flopped like on TV, ESPN, I'm like, bro, this is cool. I got all these clips, all these views, people messaging me about how to do it. Then I start doing it at the wrong time in the wrong situation just because I could do it, because it is cool. Oh, I'm going to flop the wash so I can drag two and an airmail. I'm going to flop because it looks cooler. And it started making me play weird. So I've kind of went away from the flop and went back to the airmail, and the airmail's gotten even better. So it's just like I was having fun with everybody, Tony Smith and Eric Davis, they start making it flop, like look cool. And everybody's like, well, they're the best in the world because they can flop. I was like, wait, hold on, I can flop too. And I started flopping myself out of situations, man. So like, I'm going to leave that to those guys that do it great. I'm going to start putting that back in the air a little bit more.
Well, you just had one flop against us. I know it was like that slow motion train flop where it gets on the pile and it just keeps rolling and falls in. And I remember
And that was in Dallas. Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, dude,
I got that on video.
It was so demoralizing because you're just watching it just go like, and it's like, okay, is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? Oh, it went. Damn it, it went again. You know, and it's like to me, I'm like, dude, this is it's rough. And I feel like most people don't have a flop
I had fun
like
with that.
A lot of them tend to bounce.
Right.
But no, really, guys. I mean, I know I've been a huge fan of you guys for a while, and I think Brian made it kind of known when I came home bragging about I got lessons from AJ Sims. But a big reason, I guess, I feel like you guys are doing it as adults, right? With a family, y'all are like prime of your life. You're 30. I'm imagining around your 30s, right? And I feel like y'all have kids. You have other responsibilities, and you're still elite cornhole players. And to me, that's something I guess aspire towards because I'm kind of in that situation, B.
Yeah.
I don't have all the time in the world, but I do want to get really good. I mean, we obviously were talking about kids, right? We just got married this year, so I'm sure it's going to come soon. And I guess you guys are kind of living the dream that, I wish one day maybe I could live, right? So how does that happen? Like, do you guys practice? I mean, give me a little bit of like time frame. How often?
Yeah, so the first 2 years, we were heavy. It was 1 to 2 hours a day, almost consistently for that first year. Carried into year 2 with almost the same amount of time applied. And we're talking 1 to 2 hours a day during the week. And then if we're not playing a tournament, we're getting together every weekend playing for 8 hours straight. And that kind of fast forwarded us to where we could catch up with people. Well, then we started doing things that people weren't doing at the time, like cutting and flopping and some other shots that we kind of changed the mentality. So like in Texas, the mentality was block airmail. That's all you can do. You don't ever just slide 12s. Why would you do that? Because if you get a block, you got to start shooting airmails. Well, we kind of changed that mentality and said, nah, we think the key to success is put more bags in the whole period. The easiest shot in the game to slide. So we just outslid everybody. But these days, man, just to stay fresh, got to get, a few hours a week. But, we tell a lot of people before tournaments, we cram. So we get the same thing, 1 to 2 hours a day minimum. And we're definitely getting a night or two a week where we all get together, me, Eddie, AJ, KB. And then we add some extras. Like next week, we got some Houston guys driving up, Raul and Jaime, for some elite runs, just to get ready for that open. So it's a lot of work, man. It's hard to do with the kids and whatnot. But, if you apply yourself, you make it all work.
Hey, the key to that is balance. Man, it's a balance. Like the way I equate it to is like if you want to lose weight, you're not gonna work out while you're sleeping, right? You're gonna sleep for those hours. You're gonna do your job for those hours. You're gonna spend time with your family for those hours. You're gonna put a couple hours of cornhole in for those, and then you're gonna start over and do it all over again. You got to give everything you do 100%, and that's what makes it so easy a balance. As long as I take care of my wife and my kids, she's going to support me going to practice and play. She's going to support me going to tournaments. So as long as you keep that focus on everything you do, then it's a fine way to do it. Some people don't do it well, where they try to, do too much cornhole and don't take care of their house and neglect their kids and neglect their jobs. And then now you're stressing while you're practicing. You got to make sure everything else is taken care of. That way you can have a purposeful 2 hours of practice. Like we make every practice count because if I come to his house to practice, we're not goofing off. Oh man, let's play this little game. Nah, hey, we about to play this game. We're probably gonna play for cash. We're gonna play for 2 hours straight. When my alarm goes off, I'm out of here. I'm going to the house. And that's how it is. Like purposeful practice is the key, and being able to have a balance is what makes you able to do this. Some people don't do it that well. I feel like that's what we do best. We're gonna get those 2 hours in. When that alarm goes off, all right, I'm gonna holler at you. I'm out. And that's what we do well, I think.
Yeah, matter of fact, we actually send apology texts if one of us doesn't try hard enough. Because we'll have nights where he don't win a game because he don't even try, or I don't win a game, or whatever it may be. But it's always like you can tell another person's slacking, and really all you're doing is wasting another person's time when you do that. So
hey, and we talk shit to each other. I shouldn't even brought my ass out here if you're gonna. That's the effort you're gonna give.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. He do the same thing for me. Like we'll play singles. He beats me 3 games in a row. He'll look over at me like, hey, why the hell you even come out here? Like,
every time
that's what we do to each other.
And I try to motivate him. I always go, have you had enough? Just like, can you handle any more ass whoopings? Because you ain't even trying.
Oh, we ain't gonna have these people thinking you just whooping my ass around here. First of all, it's the other way around most of the time.
Yeah,
Oh, it's been hot today.
Oh, he sent me a text. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. I wish I would have had a stressful day. I couldn't. Nah, you got your ass whooped today, and I'm out.
Right. We have a little cornhole group, and I think we use it mostly for like talking shit too, right? Like so we'll go live. It's like our little Facebook group. It's like 15 of us in there. So whenever we play against each other, whether it's at the house or just mess around somewhere, we'll go live so I can make sure like Daniel sees, or Josh Bordelon sees, or Ricky sees, or somebody else sees that I'm busting this person's ass and I'm winning the catch, so I can have the bragging rights. So we like to have fun with it. So one more question, then we'll get to a game, huh, D-Man?
Yeah, I'm looking to get to the game, B.
So I mean, we know how much y'all are family men, like we said. I mean, what do you enjoy doing most whenever you're not playing cornhole?
Me, I feel like for me, it's I'm a musician at my church, so music is big in my life. Like, so I play piano, play bass guitar, play drums. So like I'm working on music at the house, like for my church, my kids, and then other time it's training sports with my kids. I have 4 kids and all 4 play sports. So if I'm not playing cornhole, I got to give them an hour of training in whatever sport they're in whatever season. It happens to be basketball. So now we go to the park for an hour a day training on basketball. When it's baseball season, we do the same thing, an hour, because again, like I said, that balance I have to put into them for them to feel like, hey, daddy's active, daddy's, engaged. But church and my kids are my 2 things that keep me going.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward answer on both of us on that one. I got 3 kids myself, 3 boys, and they're all involved in sports. So it's mostly family time. I bought a motorhome last year. And in the beginning, I kind of was like, I bet this would be great for cornhole. In reality, we actually ended up camping in that as a family all over the state. Even took it to Oklahoma one time. And so I've had a bunch of fun with that. So, man, just time with the family, camping. I actually do love the work because I'm kind of a techie guy. So I do a lot of technical stuff at work. And I just keep my time filled up with family and work, really, man. Cornhole is one more thing on top of everything else. So just got to try to be the best at everything I do. And that's all I can do. So.
Yep. Well, anybody at home who's looking to, in their 30s looking to go pro, B, they just gave you some great advice. If you weren't running a podcast, it's probably solid, but running a podcast, putting 2 hours in this every night, I got too many hobbies going on.
The biggest trick, the biggest factor of what you just said is having a supporting wife, spouse, girlfriend, whoever that person may be. If you're in your 30s and you do not have that, you ain't going to make it. So you got to have that rock at home covering all the bases, keeping the kids, keeping the dogs, whatever responsibilities you got when you have to leave to be that guy on the court. If you don't have that, man, you ain't going to make it. So that's my number one advice.
Because he's right. It's a full family commitment because you're not just going pro. Your family is going pro. Mm-hmm. Just like right now, I got 2 kids that are playing select baseball and softball tonight. They have practice. My wife has to be in 2 different areas to take both of them to practice so that I can come out and be here. Where's your wife at right now?
She's running 2 different kids to 2 different practices in 2 different gyms right now.
Hey, same thing. Man. For us to be able to come and work and do this podcast, our partners had to also sacrifice. So that's what I'm saying. We have meetings about it. Like, we have to be a well-oiled machine, and I can't do any of this without my wife. I promise you, there's absolutely no, and without her saying, you go and take care of that, because she could have easily said, oh, hell no, screw that podcast. You finna take these damn kids with me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but she said, nope, you go take care of your business, and then when you get done, you come back. You know what I'm saying? And like Josh said, man, without our superstars at home holding down the fort, we can't do any of this.
You got to tag them in the post.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Matter of fact,
we shout them out in sponsor posts all the time.
Hey, if y'all got merch, send them some free stuff. If y'all got it.
We'll do that.
So enough of the work here, guys. Let's have a little fun, B. You want to have a little fun? Actually, guys, before we go to the game, do y'all have any sponsors y'all want to shout out?
Yeah, absolutely, man. TC Boards, obviously. Best bags in the game. King of the whole cornhole. Swag that fits the demographic for cornhole, but you can literally wear this stuff anywhere. The logo is one of the coolest logos.
This is the best hat I've ever owned.
Yeah.
Like, legit, I'm not just saying. That's a rain, waterproof hat. Like, man, it's dope. Chase Hunter. So, hey, Chase Hunter, king of the whole.
Yeah, designer brand swag with the
conference director goat. That's what we call him.
Yeah. Hey, designer swag with the cornhole vibe. Texas Cornhole Games, best boards in the country. Hit up Jeff Robinson for that. Mark Isaac, Kansas City Cornhole, and SSC Cleaning Services. Man, top-notch people all around.
Nice.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah.
And our wives.
That's right.
Awesome.
And Red Bull.
Yeah.
Hey,
Really right.
Need those, huh?
Hey, that's a product placement opportunity.
You smoke cornhole.
Yeah, there you go.
Jay Baker, got you, boy.
All right, guys. Well, I hope hopefully y'all are ready for some Cornhole Jeopardy.
Yep.
Because we'll be back in 1 sec. Welcome back. We have ACL Pro AJ Sims and Josh Groce here. Two of the honestly, they're a great cornhole team. B. Let's see how good they are at Cornhole Jeopardy. How do you say about that?
A little Cornhole Jeopardy fun. We love doing Cornhole Jeopardy, seeing how much you know about what's going on with cornhole, obviously, and then maybe some other things as well, right? So
yeah, we touch a little bit on y'all's home. So 3 categories we have be ACL Pros National College Cornhole Championships from this year, and then Texas Forever. That's the 3 categories we have, AJ and Josh. Simple Jeopardy rules, right? We're going to give you the question in the form of an answer, and you're going to give us the answer in the form of a question, right? So if it says this is the first president of the United States, you would say, who is George Washington? Right? Everybody messes this up. That's the only reason I'm going over it. All right. And our weekly viewers, they know this.
Right.
They've seen everybody mess it up. So we will pass the torch off to them.
yeah, and just so you know, just as a little incentive, right? If you get them all right, we'll send you a shirt. If you
And
don't
a
get them
headband.
all right, we'll still send you a shirt.
And a headband.
So,
All right, let's go.
all right, so y'all go ahead and get it started.
We'll start off simple. ACL Pros for 100.
All right.
ACL Pros for 100, B. This ACL Pro duo made a switch from BG to TC boards for the 2021-2022 ACL season.
Who is Josh Groce and AJ Sims?
Correct.
That is
Correct.
correct.
All right, tally him up, B.
Hey, I was like, wait, did we get anybody else that?
Yeah, start thinking. Let's go college for 100.
All right.
This college won the team event for the National College Cornhole Championship.
The team event, who is Texas A&M? Won a team event.
Oh yeah, we won it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was about to say, come on,
Who
man.
is Texas A&M?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, AJ gets this one wrong.
These are all just like, who is us? Who is
Yeah.
We start simple, but
Hey, let's go Texas 100. Oh, I'll let you do it. Let's get the 100.
Let's knock it out in order. Texas Forever 100.
the famous
We ain't got no
Alamo is
competitors.
located in this city.
What is San Antonio, Texas?
Yep.
Where is it?
What is, where is
Oh, it is what? Oh,
That's good. I don't know. I did what? I don't know what the correct. We'll have to talk to Aaron Rodgers and see what the correct form is there for Jeopardy. All right, what's next, guys? AJ, you're up.
Man, let's go ACL Pros for 200. We're gonna go in order. We're gonna let it build up.
This ACL Pro is sponsored by Taco.
Got that one already. Go ahead, I'll let you say it.
Who is Sarah Cassidy?
Who is Sarah Cassidy? All right.
Hey, I bet. Hey,
We done talked about every answer on the board.
we with it over here, man. We with it.
Hey, y'all were talking about that before we even knew it was a question. So shout out to y'all.
Hey, did you hear him say that? Like, damn it.
Yeah. I was like, dude. All right. Well, I guess he got that one.
He said, "Oh, you talking about all the time?" I said, "Me too."
We're going to mess this college one up, though, I promise.
Yeah, we're gonna mess the college up.
For this one,
Kobe Costanza threw these bags when he took home the National College Cornhole Singles Championship.
What are BG Vikings?
Correct.
What is BG Vikings? Yeah.
all right, sticking with it.
Let's
200.
get college out of the way. You go ahead. Hey, let's get college out of the way. We're gonna go college for 300.
All right.
I'll save it
This
to
college
last.
took home the National College Cornhole Doubles Championship.
Man,
All right.
my boys fell out. I
you
turned the TV off.
You said doubles.
Doubles.
Who is Georgia Southern?
Damn,
missed that one?
Who is the University of Tennessee?
Dang.
Hey, that was a solid guess, though.
I knew college we were going to screw that up.
I thought Georgia Southern was the only one I remember.
Hey, so we had a team on TV that was they ended up getting third, but when they was done, we turned it off. So we didn't realize who won or lost.
Yeah, we got mad. We kicked our
Chamberlain
TV and walked
those
away.
guys.
Yeah, we were watching it.
So.
All
I blame that on Kyle Trejo.
Hey, salute to Tennessee. Hey, but congrats on your win. Sorry we didn't know about it.
Yeah, good job, guys.
All right, you're
Texas forever, 200.
This is the state bird for Texas.
Damn, why am I tripping on this?
Thought that'd be a horrible boy.
Feel like that's right. Yeah, I think that's right.
Mockingbird. What is the mockingbird?
Correct.
Yeah.
My man.
Let's go, dog. Hey,
AJ
that boy was in
Sims
history,
going
paying
hard.
attention and not sleep.
I wasn't.
I wasn't sleeping history, dog.
Hey, that was a clutch ass backhole airmail, AJ. I like it, dude.
Hey, hey, bro, I normally throw those off the back, dog.
He saved the game.
Yeah, I'd have hit the side on that one.
All right, let's go. I want to say that save the ACL Pro 300 for last. So let's go Texas Forever 300.
All right.
This popular soft drink was invented in Texas in 1985.
That's the first off.
1985.
Man,
Oh, I'm sorry. It's
It's
1885.
1895.
1895. My bad. That's a
1895,
miss.
bro.
That's a
This
mistake.
is-
I was like, damn, bro.
I was like, wait,
Let's go for it. I don't know what's in there.
Hey,
It
we're
was
not
in Waco,
positive.
Texas, if that helps y'all out.
What is Dr. Pepper? I don't know where it's from.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
is-
Let's go.
Let's go, dog. Hey, y'all sleeping on us, dog.
Hey.
Hey, he disappointed. He like, damn.
When you said 1985, I'm like, RC Cola? I don't know. Like,
What is that? Squid? Split?
what is squirt?
What is squirt? That's what I was gonna say.
Squirt.
What is squirt? Surge. What is surge?
Sir,
Hey.
So sorry, guys. Sorry. Our
All right,
producer is really slacking today, man. He has messed up mics. He's messed up the Jeopardy. I mean, I don't know
All right,
what's
let's
going
go.
on.
What is
around here.
ACL Pro for 300?
Pros for 300.
All right.
ACL Pros for 300. This right-handed ACL Pro is known for his unique throw where
That's
he
easy.
spins the bag counterclockwise when throwing.
Who is Tom Gustafsson?
Yep.
That's,
Damn, 8 out of 9, man. If we just want to watch that broadcast.
yeah.
Gotta pay attention to the. I'm surprised y'all got those Texas ones, dude. I thought for sure, like Dr. Pepper.
Hey, man,
was
we're
hard.
in our 30s though. You've been quizzing all these little 20-year-old kids.
Yeah, these kids. What is Facebook? What is TikTok?
The only person who got a
What's
perfect
Snapchat?
score so far was Cheyenne.
Yeah, Cheyenne ran
Damn,
good.
Cheyenne got it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Of the
she
same
don't miss
questions?
the freaking slides down the middle, bro.
No,
I'm
different.
telling you, just.
You ain't ask her these kind of questions. Like the college. She
I don't
didn't watch the
think-
college.
No.
Hey, he was like, whose ass did you whoop in the Cobb's singles fund?
And the answer is, who is everybody?
Right. So, but no, we appreciate
8 out of
it.
9. That's pretty good, dog.
That's pretty good, man. 8 out of 9. That's
that's solid.
that's solid.
The only miss was because we was lazy.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all won y'all some gear, bro. Y'all gonna get
Yeah, bro.
some more headbands, some t-shirts. You know?
Let's
Y'all
go.
did good, dude.
Hey, we need you to change the color of the headbands, dog. Get us something else.
I'll see. What
I know it's
can do.
easy to sublimate on white, but hook us up with some black.
I'll see what I could do.
That's
I'll
how-
see what I could do.
He's the headband guy.
Definitely consider it.
So,
Hey, my son wear that damn King C podcast headband every day.
Really?
It really does.
bro, we need to
To
get
practice
send
and
us a
everything.
picture of
Yeah,
him
send
wearing
us a
it.
picture. We'll put it
in our
on
little
the intro.
the intro in the beginning.
All right, bet I got you.
So,
I got you.
All right, fellas. Well, we appreciate y'all taking the time. I know this took a while. It was awesome having y'all on, especially like I said, we're big fans of y'all, being from the same conference. A couple of the pros
Yeah.
we met when we first started playing this game, we've looked up to. So, and y'all are just great people on and off the court. So, we can't thank y'all enough. AJ, good luck this weekend. Josh, good luck
Appreciate it.
to both y'all the following weekend, and obviously in this upcoming pro season. So,
Appreciate it, guys. Hey, one question for y'all. Who's winning the blind draw tonight?
oh, that's easy.
Are we on a team?
Hey,
Are we on a team, or how does this work? Because
Well-
I feel like I'm winning.
so
I guess he's my partner, real.
yeah, I don't.
Hey, wait, hold on. I got another question for y'all. Y'all put us on the hot seat. All right. Who is the best doubles team in the nation for each one of y'all before we get out of here?
Go first,
Bro,
bro.
how you gonna put me up first? All
I
right.
see. Let's go real quick.
The
Hey, they
best-
don't have to be us because we're here.
Yeah,
I mean, like, just who?
Anybody else? Anybody
If you
else?
had to pick a team right now to go all the way,
Yeah.
right now, who would you
I'd probably
choose?
say Matt Guy and Brett Guy.
They're not even a team.
I mean, not Matt. Shit,
Just
dude.
I was like, wait, what?
Damn it. Matt Guy and freaking Jamie Grant. That's what I'm
Jamie.
saying. I'm an idiot.
So you think they're gonna run it back?
I mean, it's
Wait, no,
them,
who
or
was-
I think I actually
No,
really like
they-
Cheyenne
they-
and James
they-
Baldwin a lot too.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
They ended up being
So
the
they,
number 1 team at the end of the season last year. Yeah.
yeah. So you said they'll run it back. Who'd you say?
I didn't say anybody
Lee?
yet. Oh, man, this is
Okay.
a tough one for me. I don't.
Dude, there's so many good teams,
Yeah,
and it
it's-
really
it's-
depends who's hot.
Hold on. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does depend who's hot.
Hey, you're on the hot seat. You got 10 seconds.
I think I'm gonna go with Jordan Power and Jay Rubin.
That's a good team.
Ooh, good pick. Surprise
I think
pick.
they're
Like
gonna
it. I like
feed
it.
off each other, bro. And
Like it.
so,
It's a good pick, man. Well, hey guys, have good luck at the blind draw tonight. Drink one for me.
yeah,
You already know
do
we
that
will,
for sure.
boys.
Thank y'all, fellas. We'll see y'all soon.
All right, guys, we'll be
All
back.
right, likewise.
And we're back,
All
B.
right,
And that was
man.
an awesome interview
Fun
with AJ
interview,
Simpson,
huh? Yeah, it was fun, and they almost got a perfect score, but they didn't. We stumped them. So
We stump everybody, B.
yeah, except for
I'm not
Cheyenne.
surprised. Yeah.
She got all the questions right.
Apparently, she wins everything.
Yeah, she
after
took the
this
fun out of
Asheville
it, I guess, but I
performance.
don't know. That was a fun interview with AJ and Josh. Thank you guys again for coming on. So, I mean, let's time to highlight some of our sponsors, huh, D-Man?
Yeah, and I think we should start things off. He's already on the screen, B, with the hashtag Let Gary Sell It.
That's right, man. Our boy Gary Anderson. I actually talked to him last week. You know, he made a post about how good of a year he had in 2021. He said, "Man, but I know he'll do better in 2022." So that just lets you know he's doing big things, great things. He's good at what he does. So if you have any questions about buying or selling, hit up our boy Gary Anderson at 504-894-4586. Hashtag Let Gary Sell It.
And I do want to point out, B, my man could throw as well, dude. Gary kicked my ass in our league of record this week.
Yeah, I know.
So
That was
shout
fun.
out to him.
That was fun to watch too.
Shout out to him, man. He can throw. He's a baller. Anyway, and we do want to thank our other sponsors as well, B, right?
Yep.
Buffalo Boards, thank you so much. NOLA Bags, Lucky Bags. You know, we couldn't do it without you guys.
And of course, we got Norris Splats, Short Shot Cornhole,
Spark
Spark
Apparel.
Apparel, and then our new one, Black Sheep Baggers, man. Thank you guys as well. I mean, we thank everybody. You know, thank you guys for support. We really enjoy doing this. We're having fun with it, and it wouldn't be possible without you all. So,
Yep, we really appreciate it, guys. And
be on the lookout, guys. I think I know. So we had those jerseys drop with Chalk Kings Cornhole, you know, and some people were like, "Well, man, can I get one of those jerseys now?" So we might be doing something with them, and we also may be coming out with some other ones. So we've been working on some things. So some apparel. So it's coming.
I'm always down for apparel. Somebody
cool.
actually, you know, we get a lot of headband requests all the time, B.
They
And
do.
so those should be. I have the headbands in. I'm just getting the stuff on them, so they should be ready by the time this time next week. I would say.
So we'll have. I know the big next thing we're doing for us is we're gonna be. Oh man, I'm so excited, man! You talked to David Brown from Crown City and all those guys on the West Coast. They're excited. We're excited to do that big Crown City regional the last weekend in February. So we're ramping up for that. But
yeah, we can't wait for that. That's gonna be an awesome time. And you know, other than that, guys, I think that's about it.
yeah. With that being said, guys, we'll see y'all next time
And the
in the
King's
King's
Seat.
Seat.